that's the heart of it, isn't it? What levelling up is once you get beyond the slogans. We've got to be very careful about which indicators we use.
Sure.
Because as far back as I can remember, we've had this debate over and over again. People have tried different things and it's never fixed the problem. So that slide that's showing, for example, the productivity difference between London and the North East, well, it's what we're actually measuring there. The cost of childcare in London is on average £8.60 an hour. The cost of childcare in the North East, £6.38 an hour. So it's 35% more productive by GVA for exactly the same skilled person do exactly the same job. And so what we're actually measuring there is a difference in essentially house prices and property prices, not simply are people any better at doing their job. Now, there are some things that also make a difference. A lot of things are headquartered outside of the North East. So talking to a former very senior manager of Barclays was telling me that look, all my staff here are doing the work, but it all gets booked in London, so it skews the figures. The things we should actually be looking at, and not just productivity. Yes, productivity is a massive driver, but healthy life expectancy. How many people are in debt? Issues and measures around wellbeing. So what we've done in the North of Tyne is we've developed a wellbeing framework in conjunction with all of our partners, including Newcastle University. And that's what actually really matters. Because when people have a healthy life expectancy gap, sometimes of 13 years, depending where they live, but also within a region, it's massive as well. These are the differences. You may or may not have a slide about public investment, R&D investment in regions like ours. These are the things that we need to shift to make a difference. Ultimately, it comes down to delivery then, because far too often governments focus on outputs rather than outcomes. So it's what can we measure, we decide to make important, and that's the wrong way around. We need to decide how we measure what's important. And that shift, when we get that right, that will enable government to help people like me and my colleagues and our local authorities really make a difference.